My name's Justin Sherring. I've been a tennis coach now for about 35 years, learning the trade as we go along, more or less working with top players for the last sort of 20, 25 years, really specializing in working with young, aspiring tennis enthusiasts and turning them into and helping them make their dreams come true. So I work with Joe Salisbury from the age of sort of 6 years old until now, that's 25 years and counting, and Jack Draper from the age of 5 until 16. Also spent some time working with Johanna Konta, former British #1, and various junior ITF players who I hope will follow the path of those other ATP and WTA professionals that I've mentioned. What we see there is when you stepped up, you stepped out and you just stopped on contact and sort of blocked, and you lost the momentum that you needed, that you required. The ball is going pretty quickly to start with, but as it touches the surface, it sort of slows down a bit. And then what we're trying to do is add a bit of momentum, but add a bit of safe momentum. A lot of the lesson is actually sparking up and really sharing with him and showing with him that you believe in what he has an inkling of, because he doesn't really know what he wants at that stage. And that's why a lot of the teaching right there is sort of large brush strokes, nothing too fine detail and specific. I mean, obviously he's got quite a nice game, so we are talking, you know, potential for sort of high potential at a high performance level.
Coachlife is the most incredible tennis platform I've seen to date. My students often go on Instagram and they see all these things on Instagram and stuff like that, but the problem I've got is it's not from the world's most proven developmental coaches. Coachlife consists of the world's most proven developmental coaches. You've got Francis Tiafoe's junior coach, Misha Kuznetsov. You've got Jack Draper's junior coaches. You've got people like Michael Joyce that are phenomenal former players. They've developed, you know, some of the world's best players. Coachlife would have made me a better player had it existed back when I was a junior player.
So you understand the purpose of being able to get out of extreme discomfort. And did you feel that? Did you feel it physically? Where did you feel it physically? But we're talking broad strokes, because at any stage he could say, nope, I'm out, Dad, I want to play football, I want to do something else, and that's the end of it. So you're still very much inspiring and sparking up and growing those sparks into some bigger flames, and also you're creating some trust in the relationship, trust in the environment that he can share his dreams with you. Think of it like developing a boxer that you'd like to be able to have knockout power. Sometimes they're going to miss their target. Sometimes they're going to shank and miss the pads. But you've got to be brave enough to produce that kind of explosive power in the first place, just to be brave enough to have a go. And the wonderful thing about boxing is that the more you really try and land the big punch, the more vulnerable you are yourself to getting knocked out. So the more these guys are taking the ball on, the more they're sort of questioning me as a coach, sort of saying, well, what if I miss? What if I don't make that ball in court? I say, just keep hitting it. Keep going for it. We'll teach you the science behind how to control ball flight, how to control trajectory, how to understand margins, how to understand risk management, which balls to go for at certain stages. But the bottom line is, this court is getting smaller. Supreme athletes are making the court look smaller. They're covering the court better. So when you hit the ball and you think you've hit a winner, you probably haven't. Against Novak, against Carlos. You know, when Federer's hitting the balls towards the end of his career, he's expecting the ball to come back from Novak because he's been living in that life for the last 5 years. He expects the ball to come back from Rafa. What's the game going to be like in the next 10 years? I'm trying to future-proof these young players, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, to actually be better than Jack Draper, to be better than Joe Salisbury. Where do you put that ball so that you're at least 50-50 when the rally continues?
Always looking to obviously keep the opponent moving, and depending on where they are, we sort of looking for the low slice down the line to keep them running on the move. so that you can hopefully get back to 50-50 and maybe gain a bit of breath back and start the rally again.
Fellas, if you want to chase Joe, you're going to have to put 5 miles an hour on that serve. Let's try and squeeze a bit more out of it. But again, I've got to balance that off with being the bit of the smiling assassin. Hey guys, let's go and have fun. Let's go and really enjoy our tennis. But you're going to have to smash some winners. You're going to have to be brave. You're going to have to put that ball away. You're going to have to become a killer.
I coached college tennis for 32 years, and I think a great goal for every junior player, no matter where they are in the world, should be to play college tennis.
8-6,
The dream, I know for all of us, is to be #1 in the world, to be a successful professional tennis player. But a great attainable goal is to play college tennis. The millions and millions of dollars that is put into college athletics and college tennis is literally incredible. When I have a foreigner or an international player come to the States and see the facilities, see the training, see everything that goes into college tennis, they are very wide-eyed and cannot believe the quality and depth of college tennis.
Look, your shots depend on where the ball is in tennis. Sometimes you have to play defense to get to offense. Sometimes you can move up into the court. Sometimes you have to move back in the court.
Your game, developing it for college tennis, is very different than junior tennis. When you get to college, you're going to see kids from all over the world playing very different styles. So when I have a young player, I'm always training them for the next step. When kids are young, obviously the most important thing in tennis is consistency. Always, really, no matter what level you're playing, rule number 1 is get the ball in, of course. But in college tennis, you have to have a big variety in your game.
Well, the serve is the only stroke in tennis where you make the decisions. You toss it when you want, you toss it where you want. So that toss is extremely important. I always say the toss leads you on your serve. But this is momentum, this is timing back here. When you want to go into your power is when your knees bend and your arm bends. Then it's go time. From there, it's up into the ball and trying to impact as much speed and spin on the ball as possible.
When your coach tells you how he or she wants you to play, you have to be able and ready to do that. So being consistent is important. Then the next level in tennis is probably power. Then the next level is taking the ball early. Then the next level is, forcing your opponent to come up with great shots by coming to the net. All of those things are so important to college tennis. I really think a very successful tennis player is also a complete person, right? And traditional school can bring that out. I think a big reminder for a lot of the parents is do not fit the path to your child. We spend a lot of time making that path the best it can be for their child, okay? Make the child fit to the path also. So remember those. Don't fit the path to the child, have the child fit to the path, because that's what's going to happen when they go to the next level and play college tennis or play professional tennis.
I've developed a coaching philosophy over the last 20 years, and I think it's really set now. The first thing is you have to understand the game as a coach at the highest level. So not just the highest level of Pro Tour, but you have to know the highest level at 14, at 16, at 18. So myself, I try to watch a lot of tennis at the highest level. When you're developing a play, it's like building a house over a long period of time. You have to know what the end result is going to look like to be able to build that player. That's the first thing. The second thing, as I've spoken about, you need a great environment. You need that environment that the players can hit up, they can hit down, they have the right amount of training volume. they have the right courts, they can play enough tournaments, etc. You need a great environment. And the third thing as a coach, I believe you need to coach the individual as an individual. I'm not a big believer in so much generic training, everyone is doing the same thing. I really think there has to be a little bit of that, but I really tried to coach my players very individually over the journey, particularly in juniors.
We've got the right grip, we've got a great backswing, we're prepared well. The next thing is to have a really great forward swing. The most important thing coming forward is not to twist this racket at any other different angle.
I think it's really important to understand that as a coach, it's highly unlikely you're going to be coaching a player for their entire junior career and then all the way onto the tour and continue with them on the tour. Now, when I coached Nick Kyrgios for 7 years, and at 17, it was the perfect time for him to move on. He was invited by Tennis Australia to move on to the next stage of their development pathway, which at the time was at the Australian Institute of Sport. So without a doubt, that was the best thing for him. He was moving on to a better environment, better practice partners, more funding. Doesn't matter how long you are with a player, you can still have a really positive influence on that player, even if it's for a short time or a really long time.
I really like this serving game, and we did this game with Nick Kyrgios and the group of players I was coaching through that period. Rather than just serving at a target, it's much more fun, it's competitive, and it really shows you as a player which serves, which corners you really struggle to, and which corners you're good at.
So the three things are you really have to know the game, number one, at the highest level, in juniors and in pro. The second thing is you really need to create a great training environment for your players. And the third thing is really have to coach the individual. The best advice I can give young coaches who want to work with elite junior players is do it, because we don't have enough passionate coaches who really want to work in high performance. We need more in Australia for sure. So go out, have a crack, find mentors, talk to as many successful coaches as you can and learn as quickly as you can. But also the biggest thing is don't be afraid to try things and work on things with your player and work on technical aspects and make mistakes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because you will make mistakes, but then you will learn and you will get better. I always say a good coach has one way to fix a problem. A really, really good coach fixes problems before they become big problems. So the most experienced coaches can look at a player at 12, I think I can now, and I can go, that backhand is not going to hold up. So I can make adjustments and improvements now before it becomes a massive problem. My message to coaches is do not kill that passion. If you are passionate about high performance, the passion is what will make you a great coach. So get out there and start coaching.